We know a lot of viewers of this broadcast, many of you who tune into us each night with your families, have been eager to hear from Brian Williams, who was suspended earlier this year because of inaccurate statements he has made about some of his experiences in the field. Well, now he's speaking out for the first time about what happened in an interview with our colleague Matt Lauer. And we should note they both agreed there would be no question off limits.
You're a family man. Personally, what have these 5 months been like?
It has been a time of realization, trying to find out in me what changed. You know, in our work, I have always treated words very carefully. That's the coin of our realm. That's our tool. It's the key to our credibility and our integrity. But Matt, it is clear that after work, when I got out of the building, when I got out of that realm, I used a double standard. Something changed, and I was sloppier, and I said things that weren't true. Looking back, that's plain.
So you say sloppy. So did you not deal with the reality that when you walked away from NBC, whether it was to appear on a late-night talk show or some other venue, some other interview show, that the title and the responsibilities of anchor/managing editor of nightly news traveled with you?
I think that's exactly it. Looking back, it had to have been ego that made me think I had to be sharper, funnier, quicker than anybody else. Put myself closer to the action, having been at the action in the beginning.
But was it conscious, Brian? Because let's go back to January when you went on nightly news and you recounted a story about a military veteran who played a role in a harrowing chopper ride you took while covering the Iraqi war. And you told this story. You had told some versions of it in the past in other venues. Did you know it was not true?
I told the story correctly for years before I told it incorrectly. I was not trying to mislead people. That, to me, is a huge difference here. After that incident, I tried and failed, as others have tried and failed. And why is it when we're trying to say, I'm sorry, that we can't come out and say, I'm sorry?
But we live in a world right now, Brian, where people are not going to let this just rest. And so if there are other circumstances and other situations where you didn't tell the whole truth, would you like to take this opportunity now to correct the record on those?
I would like to take this opportunity to say that what has happened in the past has been identified and torn apart by me and has been fixed, has been dealt with. And going forward, there are going to be different rules of the road. I know why people feel the way they do. I get this. I'm responsible for this. I am sorry for what happened here. I am different as a result, and I expect to be held to a different standard.
Well, Brian is staying with the NBC family. He'll be covering breaking news on MSNBC when his suspension ends in August. And Lester Holt will officially take over as anchor of nightly news on Monday. We're back in a moment with some of the day's other news, including the latest on the manhunt for those two escaped murderers.